Let's move on to Southern Africa. Mozambican President Daniel Chapo met main opposition figure Venancio Mondlane for talks in an effort to ease tensions following months of violent clashes between protesters and security forces. Over 360 people have died in the demonstrations and blockades which have been violently repressed. Here's a report from Maputo.
There's finally light at the end of the tunnel in Maputo, Mozambique. The country's newly elected president, Daniel Chapo, and opposition figure, Venancio Mondlane, have reached an agreement. The violence that rocked the Southern African nation for months after the disputed elections have been quelled with immediate effect. Mondlane says he and President Chapo met and agreed to end all violence, all types of persecution from both sides. We agreed it has to stop, he said, adding that this included police violence and civil violence against police, his own supporters, as well as members of the ruling party.
We have to put an end to all kinds of violence. Immediately, we've reached a consensus that it's a matter of the utmost urgency. Both the violence suffered by these young people who claim to be followers of finance or the people, but also, let's be honest, this is where the value of dialogue lies. There must be an end to all kinds of violence inflicted on police officers, members of the Frelimo party, or anyone else who doesn't agree with us.
Over 360 people have died in the demonstrations and blockades which have been violently repressed, according to a local civil society group. The opposition leader said the president had also agreed on the need to provide social and psychological assistance to the families of victims and to create legal conditions for detained protesters to be released. Official results put Mondlane in second place in last year's presidential election and handed victory to Chapo of the Frelimo party, which has governed Mozambique since independence from Portugal in 1975. Chapo was credited with 65% of vote compared to 24% for Mondlane. But the opposition leader claims he won 53% and has rallied enough support to hand Frelimo its first real challenge in half a century. Chapo took office in January and earlier this month signed a post-election deal with 9 other parties. The deal, yet to be approved by Parliament, aims to culminate with the review of the Constitution.
Mozambique's future is in our hands. Today, more than ever, we need unity, courage and determination. It won't be an easy journey, but we have to have full confidence in the strength of the Mozambican people, of our national unity, which is the secret of our success.
Mondlane, who is popular with young people, did not attend that dialogue and instead marshaled hundreds of his supporters to a march in Maputo. Some 14 people were wounded in violent clashes with police, and at least 2 more people were killed last week when police opened fire on a crowd marking another round of protests called by the opposition leader. Africa Bureau, WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.